So your first big record was with LL Cool J, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. How did that happen?
Well, I was going to school up in Boulder, and I was just producing for the local cats. I was just around town, down in Denver, and mostly down in Denver, and then we just kind of got around that I was a producer. Yeah. And this cat wanted to network one day with me, and he said that he had this other producer from New York that was coming in town, because they were trying to get this kid. They wanted to make this kid into a pop star or something. Yeah. And so they invited me over to the studio. Went over to the studio, checked it out, seen what was going on. I gave him my little beats or whatever, and they liked it. And so he invited me back again to do some more work for somebody else. And then next thing I know, me and this cat from New York was hanging out, and we was going and eating dinner and kind of powwowing over some situations of what we could do in the studio with some other artists and that sort of thing. Yeah. So he invited me to the studio one night. It's a pretty big studio. It was a professional studio out in I think this was Aurora, and there were like maybe 4 or 5 big major studios out here. And this was one of them, a multi-million-dollar studio. And so I get out there, and he flew in David Kennedy from New York. He's a big-time engineer. Well, he was a big-time engineer back then in the 90s. He was doing everything from Aretha Franklin, Michael Jackson. He was doing Stevie. He was doing all the big cats. Nice. He was engineering all of them.
Nice. Is he still in the industry?
Huh?
Is he still around? He's still in the industry and stuff?
Yeah, Dave's still around. I haven't heard from him in a long time, but he's still around. Okay. Here and there doing stuff. He's kind of an advisor and stuff, for different things. But the cat's still around, yeah. And so I didn't know who he was. Right. And so I just went in there and did my thing. And next thing I know, he was working real tight with L at that time. And he was doing beats. Back then they had the little beats on the little cards for the MPCs. Yeah. And big block cards look like the old school games that you plug in.
Yeah, the big floppy joint.
Yeah. They had the big ones though. And so I did some beats for him, and I didn't know that he was taking them back to L, and come to find out, L really liked the beat I did, the doo-wop, and so they put it together, and that's how that happened.
So you're a producer, right? You got beats? Is it that heat? Well, all you need is the connect. So here it is, Beat Connect Radio, a one-stop shop where producers can shop beats to recording artists, record label execs, and movie directors all over the world. From soundtracks to sitcoms, from cartoons to commercials. If you got that sound, hands down, prove it on Beat Connect Radio. Tune in to RamasanMovement.com for showtimes and more details. Beat Connect Radio.